How to interpret different data. So we're going to look at tables to start with. So we've got 5 children here took part in a chess competition. They each played 6 games. The table shows how many games each child won, drew or lost. So we've got Alfie here. You can see that he won 1, so that's how the table works. He drew 3 and he lost 2. Megan won 2, drew 2 and lost 2, and you can see it carries on with the other children. How many children drew more games than they lost? So we can see here that Alfie drew 3 and lost 2, so that's he drew more than he lost. Megan, no, it's the same. Billy drew 3 and lost another 1. Donna drew none but lost 2, and Tom drew 5 and lost 1, so the answer is 3. You need to be careful with these sorts of questions because it might say which children drew more games than lost. So if it says which children, then you'd write the names of the children. If it says how many, you need to write the number. How many games did each child play in total? So each child played 1, 3, 2. So each child played 6 games in total. So that's how we work from a table. You need to look at the information carefully and then look at what the question is asking you. Right, let's have a look now at a bar chart. So here we've got some children drew this graph. Number of books we have read in a year. And we've got Sarah's read 12 books. Leela has read 9 books. Show these on the graph. So I'm going to draw these on first of all. So 12. So a scale goes up in 2. So Sarah, carefully go up to 12. Now this is like a bar chart. Put across there. But instead of a whole bar, it's just using a line. And Leela 9, so it's going to be between 8 and 9. So let's do it in the middle. So Leela's going to be 9 there. Okay. Javid has read more books than Tom. How many? So how many more books has Javid read than Tom? So more, this means take away because we're comparing the two people. So we go up to Javid and we need to look at the scale carefully. So it's in between 14 and 16, so that will be 15. So Javid is 15 books. Tom, in between 4, is 5. So we need to do 15 subtract 5, so the answer is 10 books. How many books have been read in total? So for this question you need to work out the total for each child and add them all up. Another word they could have used there is altogether. So it's 10 for Carroll, add 15, so that gives me 25, Sarah's 12, so I'm just adding these up, 37, then add 5, it's 42, and lastly 42, add 9, is 51. Now if you're adding up lots of numbers like this, you need to be careful that you read from the scale correctly and careful that you've added the numbers up correctly. So I'm just going to check. Carroll 10, add 15 is 25, add 12 is 37, 37 add 5 is 42, and 42 add 9 is 51. So the total is 51 books. Okay, so that's bar charts. Graphs that look with a line, they might not have a line, a bar, they might just be a line, but they work in the same way. Right, now let's have a look at a sorting diagram, which is known as a Carroll diagram. Write each letter in the correct place on the diagram. 1 has been done for you. So we need a letter here to go in this box here that has straight lines and has curved lines. So we go along, straight lines, no curved lines, straight lines, no curved lines, straight line and a curved line, so my P goes there. Okay, so we can cross that one off. So this S here has no straight lines and it has curved line, that's why they put the S there. now we need to find straight lines and no curved lines. So a T has straight lines and no curved lines, so it goes in that box. And an N has straight lines and no curved lines. And we've finished, and we can't have a letter that has no straight lines and no curved lines. So that's why that box is blank. So you don't always have to fill every box. So that's how those Carroll diagrams work. And then lastly, let's have a look at a Venn diagram. And I've done a little investigation here. I've got a Venn diagram of people like sprouts and people that like jam tarts. So anyone in this circle, anything in this circle likes sprouts, and anything in this circle likes jam tarts. And where they overlap, we've got people that like both. And anyone that doesn't like neither is on the outside of the circle. So, got to be really careful with Venn diagrams that you count the correct information. How many people like sprouts? So we've got 2 people here that like sprouts, and another 3 people because it's the information inside the circle. So 5 people like sprouts. Like sprouts and jam tarts. So these are the people in the middle of the circle where the 2 circles overlap. So 3 people like sprouts and jam tarts. So they've got to like both. Like jam tarts but not sprouts. So these are these people here. 7 people like jam tarts but they don't like sprouts. And do not like either sprouts or jam tarts. Well, this is this person here, so that's 1. So just be really careful how Venn diagrams work. Just make sure you count up the correct information. Work it out carefully. Remember, everything in this circle like sprouts, everything in this circle like jam tarts, where they overlap, they like both. On the outside they like neither. This is the people that like sprouts but not jam tarts. This is the people that like jam tarts but not sprouts. This is the people that like sprouts. You need to add those 2 together, and if you're going to work out the people that like jam tarts, you need to add 3 and 7. So that's how Venn diagrams work. So just a quick recap on data. Tables, read the information carefully. One thing we didn't talk about, which I'll quickly talk about now, is tally charts. So if you were going to write the number 6 in tally charts, you'd just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this here is 5. Okay, so they just come in groups of 5 like that. I think you probably already know that. So that's tables. Read the information very carefully. How many total? Again, on other types of data, if it says more, read this information on the bar chart. Read the scale on a bar chart really carefully. More is take away. Total altogether means add the information up. And then we looked at these Carroll diagrams, a bit like a table. Got to work out where the things go. Do that carefully. And then Venn diagram, overlapping circles. Everything in this circle like sprouts, everything in this circle like jam tarts. And just be careful when you work out the answers. Work out when you need to add things up, and work out when you don't. Just be really careful with the maths that you do there.